What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hutco Roofing, HUDCOroofing.com. Do business with someone you know, Hutco Roofing, HUDCOroofing.com. So glad to have you aboard with us here. Hope you had a great night. Thanks to everyone who hung out last night on Nightcap with Scone, especially if you are joining us on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel because whenever we go live, it's where we'll be. So you'll get a set notification, and love to have you aboard with us for Morning Scone or Nightcap or Scone or any of the post-game things we may do. So looking forward to that. Probably fire up some this weekend for LSU baseball, get some reaction to the games this weekend. So really looking forward to that, and glad to have you all aboard with us. So we'll say some good mornings. LSU basketball gets a win last night, much needed win. Not necessarily because Georgia is going to help you in the net or anything like that. Let's just check it real quick. LSU went into yesterday with their net ranking at 16, and they are right at 16, so they didn't move despite the win. But that was Georgia was a quad 4 game. Like, had you lost that game, that would have been a devastating loss. And you would have needed something like a win at Kentucky to counterbalance that. So it's not so much that you won the game, but it's more important that you avoided the loss. If the win didn't help you, the loss would have crushed you. So that's good. And it was also, I think someone pointed this out on Nightcap last night. It was a good point. It's like sometimes you need games like that, and you do. Like sometimes you need games like that where it's just kind of easy. It wasn't easy for the first 5 minutes, but then LSU went on that run at the end of the first half. They were up 16 at half, and then it never really relinquished. It was basically over 20 for much of the second half. So that was great to see. And you need that sometimes. Another really good night for Tari Eason, who led LSU with 21 points, 9 boards. Darius Days had 15 and 7. Murray had 15 points last night as well. So it was good to see. Even Parker Edwards came off the bench late as well, which is always fun for the crowd. So anyway, good win for the Tigers, and then also got it there in the description. Saints are going to retain Pete Carmichael as OC, which I'm okay with. I think Carmichael was Sean Payton's right hand for 16 years, and the thing that I think oftentimes people forget is that Carmichael has called plays. There are times where Payton relinquished play calling duties to Pete Carmichael. You can even look at 2012. I know it's 10 years ago, but Bounty Gate. They didn't miss a beat offensively in 2012. It was the defense, which was atrocious. So I really don't worry about that. I think Carmichael will be fine as the OC with the Saints. I think the bigger thing is you got to get quarterback situation settled. You got to get Mike Thomas healthy. You got to get him some help. That's bigger than who's going to be calling the plays. All right, let's say some good mornings here. Trivia Carter, what's up? Pabler15, good morning. You pumped for baseball? I am. Learned yesterday Blake Money. Well, actually, if you've been listening to us, you already knew this, but confirmed from Jay Johnson yesterday, Blake Money will be your Friday night guy this weekend, followed by Mikhail Hilliard and then TBA. I am excited to see him swing the bats, although it is going to be freezing this weekend. Literally, it's going to be in the 30s each night. DT, good morning. Brian Penton, good morning. Tazzer Johnson, what's going on? Way to go by keeping Carmichael as OC. Yes, sir. Sean Comiskey, love hearing Will Wade complain about the last 4 minutes. He's never satisfied. Sean, Will picks his spots, and we've talked about that a lot with Will, but it's true. He knows when to push and when to ease up. And when things are going good, and now you've won 3 in a row, and that looked really easy, you have to find the things to say, okay, listen, that was good, but here's what you can work on. Because if you rust on your laurels, that's how you get punched in the mouth. And I think he's leery of complacency because, look, now you have a quick turnaround, right? The good thing about playing, last Tuesday, then Saturday, then Wednesday is for a guy like Xavier Pinson. He plays Tuesday and then only has 1 game over 7 days. Well, now you have a quick turnaround, right? You have to go Wednesday to Saturday, so you just have 2 days in between, and you have a travel day. So you don't have a lot of time to game plan or to rest up and recover for South Carolina on Saturday. So I think Will Wade realizes he's got to have his team locked in, focused, ready to roll for Saturday. Rapping Batches, what's good? Aaron Hornsby, what's up? Brian Wynn, David Coslin, Jonathan Martin, Jason Horn. Where's the Drew cutout? I forgot it's over there. I'll go grab it. Brandon English, missed the first part. What do we need to subscribe to hear you? Oh, I was talking to you too, Brandon. So like you're here, most mornings. But if you're on the YouTube channel and you haven't, subscribed to the channel, because when it set notifications, because when we go live, that's where we'll be. But we're here on Facebook as well. So, but I would highly recommend those of you on Facebook to go subscribe to the YouTube channel also. Stephen Smith, good morning. Do you think the Saints settled with Pete Carmichael as OC? I don't, Stephen, because that wasn't the initial plan, right? So they went and interviewed candidates and realized that the guy in-house was the best one they had. Similar to what they did with the head coaching search, right? Man, Brian Wynn, great question. What will it take for Efton Reed to avoid foul trouble at the opening moments of a game? Great question. I would have thought by this point in the season, you would have seen a natural growth and development and progression from Efton Reed. It just hasn't happened. And teams are intentionally going after him now because they know they can. And I think, I hate to say this because this is sort of an arbitrary term, but it needs to toughen up. I'll give you an example. There was a moment early in the game last night where he got a foul where he's in the paint, hands up, right? Well, they're about to make contact, and he sticks his butt out and leans his arms forward. Well, that action, avoiding the contact, that action, you moving, is going to signal the ref to blow the whistle on you every time. He does it often. He did it yesterday early in the game. So, I don't know, man. I think those are plays where you just got to just suck it up and realize, man, you're going to take a shot in the chest, man. Take the contact and, move on. Time, I guess, Brian. Teresa Michelle, good morning. Guys played great last night. Kelly Gross, good morning. Chase Pellegrin, morning. Fun to watch the team click like that even after a slow start. Hope they carry this momentum through the rest of the season. Yeah, I think more so it's important to recognize this stretch, right? Like we talked about the season and how you had the tough first 7 conference games and then it lightened up for the next 6 and then the last 4 would determine really what your seeding is. Well, you blew the first 2 games of the lightening up with Ole Miss and Vanderbilt. Certainly you blew it with Ole Miss. But you got Xavier Pinson back, and now you look more like the team that was started 12-0, right? That beat Kentucky, that beat Tennessee, that beat Florida. You look more like that team now. So, yeah, I think they'll finish. I think they'll finish fine. Shelby, curious to see what kind of in-game manager Jay Johnson is. Is he going to be super aggressive on the bases? Is he going to push the issue? Do business with someone you know, Hutco Roofing, hutcoroofing.com. I'm so proud to work with my Hutco guys, man. Had a crazy situation last night with crew members, which happens, and it left a house with impending rain, kind of vulnerable. Sam, Tilly, Terrio were all there last night, scrambling, getting lights to get that house finished before the rain. Just, yeah, commitment to your customers, man. Who else would do that? Like, last night, 7 o'clock at night, you had Ryan Terrio out there, like, helping finish that roof. I mean, it's crazy. Awesome. Awesome people, man. I'm proud to work with them. Rapping Batches, good morning. Lee Duga. Tim Gotra say that Parker Edwards 3 after the buzzer should have counted. Lee Duga, good morning. Let's say I'll just give it to him. From the Lost Kunas from here in Greensboro, North Carolina. All right, man. Brandon, good morning. Wendell Norman, Trey Guy. Come on, people. Like the goat. Thank you. Smash that like button. Appreciate that, Trey. Sean Comiskey. Tried to get this in yesterday. Best barrel-aged beer. So, good question, Sean. Actually, one of my buddies, Butch Drews, over at Clegg's Nursery, is a big beer guy. Taylor's the biggest beer guy I know, and he would probably make a great recommendation. But there's a lot of microbrews that do barrel-aged beer, as I've learned from those guys. But one you can get here locally is one from like in Michigan. It's, why is it escaping me now? Shoot. I'll find out. Ask me later. It's just escaping me right now. Matt, how do you drink your coffee? Like a specific roast? Not really, Ryan. I am not a coffee snob like I am with whiskey and some other things. I think this is just either like the Dunkin' K-Cup or the CC's K-Cup or something like that. I'm not particular. I just throw a little cream and one stevia packet in there, and I'm ready to roll. Keith H., good morning. Brandon English, I'm here too, Matt. Like to bounce around trying to get your numbers up. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that greatly. Matt Lusto, not only is Weigh Your Package funny, sometimes when you read Michelle, it sounds like Michelle Wang and Measurement. Wang, I got it. So yesterday when I was doing the Michelle weighing and measurement live read, I mentioned like if you go to the UPS store and you put your package on the scale to weigh your package, you'll see the Michelle sticker right there, which is true. And Haldane tweeted me and did like a Beavis and Butthead gif. I was like, weigh your package. That's what he's talking about. Matthew Rudiger, when Allen was hired, everyone thought Pete Carmichael was a sure thing, best bet. Now everyone is questioning the hire. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that everyone is questioning it, but that's fair. I mean, it seemed like that structure in place, but also, Matthew, I think it was before we thought there was a legitimate chance of getting someone like Eric Bieniemy, right? Mr. Jones, Keith H. Let's get some hustle. Okay, Keith, here we go. Just for you, and because I love Hutco.
Need a roof? Call someone you know. Scone and Terrio. All you need is Hutco. Call Hutco Roofing. 364-1407.
Which reminds me, by the way, breaking news. We have scheduled the next Hutco hat party. It'll be Saturday, March the 5th. That's the day LSU is in Houston for the Shriners. It's the Saturday when LSU plays Texas, primetime 7 p.m. So Hutco hat party, Pluckers, Nicholson, 7 p.m. Mark it down. We'll be there. Hope to see you there as well. Okay, 5 more minutes. I got to go quickly. Kirk Taylor, good morning. Sean, how much money to build a 7,000 attendance blimp building like Auburn has? Love the PMAC, but has to go. Need a true home court advantage. I don't know the cost of that, but the thing to keep in mind, Sean, is they will have to demolish the PMAC and build something right there. They just don't have the land anywhere else to build it. Rapid batches, what's good? How far can LSU baseball go this year? If they figure out pitching rapid batches, they can win the national championship. But I would certainly expect this to be a team that wins a home regional and is competing in the best 2 out of 3 super regional to see if they can go to the College World Series. Brandon, Matt, were you up on the roof? I was not, Brandon. I did offer, and sometimes, though, you know your limitations in life, and you might be more in the way. Like, you want to be helpful, but you might be more in the way. Does that make sense? Like, sometimes it's just easier just for us to do it type deal. That's fine with me. Kirk, we 1 day away. The road to come see me in Omaha starts. Let's go. Jesse Brown, good morning. Aaron Hornsby, Reed Rule, Fontenot is Sunday starter. I don't think so, Reed. I think Fontenot is going to end up in the back of the bullpen. I don't know. We'll see how the roles all develop. But so I can't tell you I know that definitively. But I really want to see Javen Coleman in this rotation. I want to see a lefty in this rotation. But it may be one of those things, and I know Jay just talked about it, where he has so many guys that can extend. If it's Money, McHale, Coleman, Floyd, Schaefer, Fontenot, Edwards, Helmers. He's got so many guys that can or have started. Riley Cooper was a starter for him at Arizona. It's 9 guys I just mentioned. I mean, it may be a thing where you just keep peppering dudes with arms. It's, you piece it together. 3 innings there. 4, Kirk, you surprised to see Money as the Friday night starter? Kirk, if you've been listening to me since Sunday, you'd have known that. But I've been telling you that here. I've been telling you that on LSU Daily, said on AFR. I was told last weekend that Money was going to be the Friday night guy. So I've been telling y'all. All you can do is listen here, Kirk. All you can do is listen, dog. I know you do. Let's see. All right, I got to get rolling. James Pujols. I think the lefty Coleman will make a great impact out of the bullpen. What's your thoughts? We'll probably start against Tech. I wouldn't want to waste him against in midweeks as a midweek starter. I want him making his impact on the weekend. And maybe he is going to be your best lefty option out of the bullpen, but he's not your only. Tommy Matthews, I think the Saints need to sign Jameis along with the traditional backup quarterback. Either convince Taysom to play slot receiver or trade him. So you're not trading him. There's no way you're trading Taysom Hill. Like, everyone always says, oh, trade this. Like, you can't just trade players. You have him. You signed him to a large contract, which no other team is going to take on. And not everyone knows how to use him in the role where he's best in New Orleans. You got to forget about Taysom. Taysom's not making $90 million. Taysom's making $10 million, which is fine. If he's a backup quarterback and in a slash role, $10 million is fine. That's fine. His incentives were if he becomes the starter, which he's not going to be. So don't worry about that. He's going to play his role, and he's not going to be a quarterback. Do you bring back Trevor Siemian as a backup, or do you go the route of drafting a quarterback and signing someone like Teddy Bridgewater, sort of as a bridge where you have, no pun intended, but you have the guy who can get you to your draft pick whenever he's ready to take over. Hey, Dad. Good morning. Deborah Cowart, Brian Broom. We all think we're just about done. Starting rotation will be a revolving door. I think, I don't know, Kirk. I don't think Jason Kelly has the reputation of having a revolving door in his rotation. And I don't think that's how it's going to go. They may not finish the season with the rotation they start, and very few teams actually do. But I don't think it's going to be one of those things where all year you're still trying to figure out who's going to start games. Could be wrong. We'll see. Okay, I got to bounce. Y'all have an awesome day. LSU Daily coming up here in a little bit. AFR 3. And we'll look forward to seeing you then. So a shout out to Brock. You need North Peters? Go to Brock. Need a roof? Call Hutco. HutcoRoofing.com. Y'all have a great day. See you. Peace.